Could I have a roll call, please?
Elsley.
Here.
Luer. Dobb.
Here.
Hare.
Here.
Herman.
Here.
Kaufman.
Yes.
We have a
Quorum? I'll have one, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You know where you can't pick up your going along and a word just goes away?
I'm afraid if you ask me where I parked my car tonight, I can't tell you. We have no public hearings tonight, no presentations or special reports that I know of. We have some students here learning all about government, so we all have to be on our toes tonight. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to pull anything from the consent agenda? The consent agenda includes our April 18th meeting minutes and bills. Would anyone on the board like to pull anything from the agenda? Could I have a motion to approve? So moved.
Second.
Second by Jeff, moved by Sam. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Call it, please.
Elsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
I have nothing tonight. Village clerk,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
village administrator.
I do have one item tonight, Your Honor. It's not on the agenda. It's just a comment for everyone to be aware that the village was awarded a $1,050 grant by the Morton Community Foundation. The application was filled out by myself and with Jeff Kaufman's assistance. We applied for a grant for assistance with the video and sound system here at the Village Hall, or at the Freedom Hall.
That's the $19,000 we had budgeted to put a new sound system here, where we'd have a video, TV screen on that wall, this wall, and the one that would be above the mayor's head, he'd no longer have to get up every time we want to see something. And they're forecasting 4 times better sound and picture for everyone at home. So they've proposed a $1,050 grant toward that, and the Park District is paying approximately $7,000 more for other stuff they want done. We'll be bringing that back later on.
Any questions or comments? There being none, police chief.
Just a couple things that are not on the agenda. This last weekend's rain on Saturday, we postponed a couple events. Our bike rodeo is postponed to this Saturday. Again, it'd be held in the parking lot there at the AC Church. And also the Relay for Life had postponed their run walk. We do not have a date for that one. And finally, we had our drug take back this last Saturday. We collected 110 pounds worth of expired or old prescription medication.
Any questions of the chief? Corporate counsel.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Director of Fire and Emergency Services.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Director of Public Works.
Several items tonight, Your Honor. First is item A, resolution number 01-16. This is a resolution authorizing an agreement with Sam Parrott. This is in reference to separation of utility services. Just to summarize real quick, this is at the former police station, which is now the confectionery. Unfortunately, as we dug into the utilities there, it's just not efficient or cost effective to try to disconnect the water service there. So what you have in front of you is pretty much looked at the last 3-year average and came up with a payment that we can make to Sam annually. And he was good with everything that myself, Julie, and Tammy came up with. So that
Could I
takes
have a
care of
motion?
that. So moved.
Moved
Second.
by Sam, second by Ginger. Did you second that?
Yes.
Thank you. Any discussion or questions?
I will add that the gas was separated, and that's probably the biggest bill on the utilities.
Would you call it, please?
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Elsley.
Yes.
Next item, item B, is asking for approval of the village's participation in the amount of $40,619.39 for the overlay of East Queenwood between South 4th Avenue and Tennessee Avenue as approved by Morton Township and Tazewell County in their contract with R.A. Cullinan. To summarize this one, Greg Minold with the township approached me along with John Rapogle from Tazewell County. Queenwood is actually split. We have multiple sections. We weren't planning on it this year, but I think now's the time if they're going to administer it, at least Queenwood from Tennessee all the way to just east of 4th would be a brand new overlay. So this would be our participation in that program, and that would come out of our budgeted amount for the overlay in our budgets.
Motion,
So moved.
second?
Second.
Second by Sam. I think this is an especially good project, as we've been working for some time now to make sure that we work well with the township and capitalize on each other's activities. Would you call it, please?
Hare. Yes. Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Elsley.
Yes.
Dodd.
Yes. Next, I'd like to give an update on the landscape waste program. We've just finished the spring program, and we're currently under contract with R&R through 2017 at the same contract price. Unfortunately, the bad news is I think we're at a point where we need to address some of the issues that, if not dealt with, will potentially end the current contract with R&R. I've reached out to both Trustee Kaufman and the mayor to get their feedback, and I would like to get your input going forward. I think, unfortunately, the honor system just doesn't work anymore with this program. I hate to say it, but the increase in trash, concrete edging, sod stumps, concrete shingles have increased with this most recent program. A lot of this is being hidden in landscape bags. I don't know if it's a convenience or what it is. I know the majority of people are following the rules, but the few that aren't are really putting us in a predicament going forward. And the main reason is there's a potential to damage the grinder as it gets close to the grinder. But more importantly, the landscape waste that we use, for the price we get, it's recycled for another business, another application. So they're seeing a lot of trash as it shows up, and have actually notified our contractor that they may end services with us. This has happened to other communities. I won't name those communities right now. And they did have to back out of those contracts because they weren't willing to make changes. So I just want to give an update. I would like to continue to work with the mayor and Trustee Kaufman to try to come up with some solutions that can still keep the cost down but still keep the program. I think it's a good program here, but I think it's going to be tough to continue as is and potentially risk them backing out mid-contract, which would cost us thousands of dollars.
Trustee Kaufman, do you have?
Well, you have to remember the history of this. We started 20 years ago with a $22,000 grant, and it's now up to about 23. At one time, this cost us for a couple of years $85,000 to continue this. So we've ran from numbers from 20s to the 80s, and now we got contract back to 35 because there's new players, there's new processes, they can do it. And here now, because of a few, we're risking damage to equipment. And if you remember about a year ago in the spring and the fall, I reminded everybody, about 18 months ago, we ruined a $70,000 piece of equipment already, about 18 months ago. So we can't go there again. So I think some of the changes are going to have to be that there'll have to be a check-in. That'll create some lines. There'll probably have to be somebody watching the loads. And there won't be any more paper bags or plastic bags. You'll have to empty them and take the bags with you, because that's where people are burying concrete in that. We can't afford to lose these cheaper contracts we got because they're only going to get more expensive. And the real threat is the load gets somewhere, they reject it, and you got a semi-load of stuff they've rejected. We're going to pay for that. So it could get very expensive the next time we do it if we have loads rejected. So I think you're going to have to see some major changes, and one of them with that added labor cost, you may see the time frame shorten. The spring's always shorter than the fall. This next fall may have to be shorter. We're going to have to look at all these things, and the unfortunate part is I've had people call me before and upset because we didn't hit the leaves just right the 2 weeks we chose. Well, that's not even going to be an option anymore if we have to shorten this to 10 days or whatever. I don't know those answers yet. We're going to have to look into those costs, but we definitely can't continue. We were close the last time thinking we were going to have to do some of these things, and we thought, well, surely it'll correct itself, and it didn't. It got worse. And we live in a day and time, I'm a construction guy, and you can't throw anything in the ditch anymore. And believe it or not, the contracts we have with Grimm Disposal, if you go out to their site, there's a lot of times I load debris on a pickup truck or a 1 ton. I got a dumpster even, but it's easier to unload it there. And people that have these concrete, Grimm's have a dumpster that's probably 10 or 12 foot tall with a ramp you back right up and unload it. And it's very inexpensive. We have the capacity in this town to get rid of whatever you want to get rid of, feasibly. The contract couldn't be any better, but there's some effort on all our part to do it. If you have concrete and that kind of garbage, it has to go there. And they're open till 5, 6 o'clock. It's convenient. If we just, this yard waste is grind up and recycle. We're not burning it, we're not burying it. So we can't bury your trash, we can't bury your concrete. So it's getting expensive, and then the other thing is, if we do this again and have these problems, our next contract, I've already seen those numbers get huge. We don't want to go there again, because this board may not want to do 2 of them a year. So we have a perfect program. It costs the village citizens probably around $20,000 to sublet the grant. Let's not go back to the days we're trying to sublet it for $60,000, $80,000, because it doesn't take much to get there.
Did
And if I
any of
could
the
add,
other
we-
trustees want to make a comment?
If I could add, we do have cameras. We spend a lot of time, honestly, our wastewater guys, Phil Roker, we spend a lot of time reviewing. We do contact police, they work with us. We do track people down that are offenders. So we are doing those things, but unfortunately, things are being hidden. It's a lot of time to go through a camera and go through the footage to try to find who the offender is, and we pull stuff out. It's just becoming increasingly difficult, unfortunately.
Thanks.
So I bring that to you today because it just ended, and just wanted to bring that up going forward.
Anything else?
The only other one, and I don't know if you wanted me to bring this up tonight, but with the landscape waste, I had sent an email out a couple weeks ago on some work we're doing down there that could potentially, at least we could add on and improve how the whole place operates down there. But we're working right now with the I-74 contractor, likewise a lot of other local contractors in town, local businesses. There's a unique opportunity to acquire aggregate at a pretty much next to nothing price. It's just very difficult on IDOT jobs to take that somewhere. We're in a position to be able to take it. We're also in a position there at our north of the plant that we have a lot of topsoil that needs to go to be able to place this rock. So I just want to make all of you aware that we're working with that contractor on a potential trade of material. We do have a meeting even tomorrow, and I'll update you as we go. But there's a lot of fluidness. This is kind of a dynamic thing that I think is really a once. I mean, I don't see any opportunity probably ever again for the magnitude of this savings. We're potentially talking at about $75,000 worth of topsoil, and in return backhauled in tunes of over $500,000 of rock. I think even if we had a local contractor, we wouldn't get this deal. Luckily, others have been able to benefit in town, and I think we're sitting pretty with our location that we could take on some of this material. And I would like to continue working on that, but I wanted to update all of you if you had any comments or questions publicly to let me know. I've been working with the mayor on this, just kind of as we go. So if any of you have any questions in regard to that, please let me know.
I did go out to the site Friday and look at that, and the dirt, we have plenty of dirt to get rid of. And if we're going to use that site, we need to get rid of it. So we might as well sell it and trade it. And if we do create that site, it'd be about 2 foot deep of rock. If we ever had tornadoes or fire and need a debris site, we'd have it right there to haul debris, equipment unloading, stockpiling equipment. It's really it'd be better efficient for the plant. I know there'll be some expense there with the contractor of grading and getting the dirt out of there, but I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to get it done.
No, hats off to Craig for putting this deal together with Weber.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Anything else, Craig?
That's all I got tonight. Thank you, Your Honor.
Planning and zoning.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Belsley.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Blunier called me tonight and asked me to apologize for his absence. He really planned to be here tonight, but got called away at the last minute. Promised me on high that he would be here at the next meeting. Trustee Dow.
Nothing this evening.
Trustee Hare.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Herman.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Kaufman.
Just the one item, I've been in Morton working in that, and I see a lot of citizens have been taking advantage of the bulky item pickup. And remember, that's the week of 2 to 6, May 2nd to May 6th, and it's nice to see the citizens getting rid of that junk.
And if I could add, please read the rules. I will get phone calls, I'm sure, but if it can fit in a garbage can, it doesn't go out on the street. It's not for your daily garbage. It is bulky item pickup. I've seen some out and about, and I'm looking at them, writing them down, waiting for the phone calls, but they will not pick up regular garbage or stuff that fits in your can, but bulky items.
That's all I had.
It's a nice service, though.
Yep.
Could I have a motion to go into closed session to discuss the sale or trade of some property?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second by Ginger. For those of you who are in the audience, we're going to go to an executive session. We do not plan to make any decisions when we're done. So if you'd like to leave now, you can. There won't be much point in hanging around. Yes, please do so.
Hare,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes. I would ask the administrator and the planning and zoning officer to stay with us